And welcome to another installment of SeanzVLOGZ right here on YouTube.com. Make sure to like this video and subscribe. Boy, do I feel refreshed. Do I feel cleansed. I felt as if I just took a nice hot shower. Because the majority of the IWC, YWC, when I went into these Google Hangouts, we couldn't have a nice civil conversation. We couldn't have a nice talk. No, it was either ranting and raving or questioning or exposing or burying. No longer am I going to put myself through that, and some of that was my fault because I accepted to go in there, and you know what? The invite was there. The invite was on the table. But you know what? Knowing the circumstances, knowing the offenses, knowing all the things that have been done by these particular people in the IWC, YWC, it was very refreshing to me. I was stress-free in the Google Hangouts last night with NoDQ, Aaron Rift, and The Scoop. Let me tell you something. I went in that room, I went in that Google Hangouts, there was no trashing, there was no hating, there was no manipulating, there was none of those dramas. They didn't talk about, oh, donations or no donations, like I got a gun to your head, like I'm telling you and asking you to donate, like it affects your life, like it's coming out of your piggy banks. No longer do I have to lower myself to the IWC, YWC jobbers. No longer do I have to put myself to that kind of standard. And no longer do I have to put myself through the ringer of the IWC and the YWC and how they want to chastise me and talk me down. This has been going on for years and years. But I wanted to give the IWC, YWC a chance. I wanted to give them an opportunity. I wanted to have the window open to get them more exposure, to get them more viewers, to get them more subscribers, to let people know, hey, there's other people in this community besides me. There's other people, but that's what I get for being a nice guy. You know, you question me, you expose me, you bury me, you say I'm a fraud, you say I'm a fake. You know, you say all these things with no facts, no evidence, no proof. You think you're my doctor, you think you're my therapist, you think you know my life, you think you know my problems. But at least when I went into the NoDQ room, the NoDQ Hangouts, NoDQ.com, none of that crap happened to me because those people are normal people. These are actually real people. Okay? These were actually humans. They were humans. Aaron Rift and Noah were absolute humans. They were respectful. They were not disgraceful. They were not distasteful. They did not throw all these different things my way. We came in there to talk about wrestling, and that's exactly what we did. We didn't come on there to rant on one another and talk bad about one another. That's why I'm no longer, and I'm not talking about the entire IWC, YWC. I'm just talking about a majority of the IWC, YWC that has ranted on me, and that has exposed me, and that has buried me, and trying to, and they're coming on here and doing these rants and all these raves and all these talks like they know what's going on, like they know the position, like they know the spot. Once again, I'm not dealing with IWC, YWC jobbers anymore. I am above you. I don't care if I'm donating. I don't care if there's a storyline. I don't run storylines. It was a vicious circle, very vindictive, very disrespectful, very out of line. Every time I went in these Google Hangouts, I kept taking and taking and taking the gangs, the 3-on-1s, the 5-on-1s, the 10-on-1s, not, letting me being able to speak. Here I am. I didn't have to go in those rooms. I didn't have to regulate myself to the IWC, YWC jobbers. I didn't have to be a jobber, but I went down to your level because I wanted to show you that there was some respect. I wanted to show you that there was some value. I wanted to show you that there was some intrigue. But you know what? You've changed everything. You have really opened my eyes and made me realize how stupid and dumb I was to join the pathetic stupidity of a stupid room called the IWC, YWC Hangouts with whoever the hell was in that damn thing. I don't care who it was. I'm above that shit. After all the shit you put me through, after all the conflicts, I'm never going to join you. I'm never going to be with you. I'm never going to talk with you. I am never going to communicate with you because you're not humans. You are not humans. You are not civil. You are not real. And SeanzVLOGZ Entertainment and NoDQ, ladies and gentlemen, partnering up, teaming up. No longer do I have to put up with the abuse. No longer do I have to put up with the antics. Oh, of course. The IWC and YWC, they're going to still talk about me. They're still going to talk. They're still going to rant. They're still going to expose. They're still going to bury me. But the only difference here is I'm not going to join them for them to shit on me and piss on me and throw me under the bus and drag my name through the dirt. I won't be able to join that discussion. I won't be in that debate any longer. I won't be in those Google Hangouts because this has been going on for years and years. Whether it was a burial on YouTube or was it me being ranted and buried on in the Google Hangouts by these people. Who the hell do you think you are? Do you know who I am? Do you know who I am? I'm SeanzVLOGZ. I have nearly 80,000 subscribers, and I ain't got time to put up with your bullshit. After all these number of years, you should be ashamed. You should be absolutely... You need to clench yourself. You know, you need the power of positivity. It's a new day. It's a clean slate. We can talk about death threats. We can talk about wishing death. We can talk all about all that because it was you that poked me. It was you that brought me to that way. It was you that, put me under those circumstances, all the stress, all the crap you put me through for all these years, all the built up anger and frustration, all the shit that you have done to me. When I used to cut storylines and everyone made it a big deal. They made it a big deal when it was not affecting them. But it seemed like it was infecting them because they were allowing it to infect them. I guess some of those people in the IWC, YWC are just too dumb and stupid. They're too blind to realize what's a storyline and what's real life. And when I'm dealing with real life, real problems, and you're telling me that I don't have disabling anxiety, you're telling me that I'm not crippled with all these other ailments that I got and all these other issues, you're telling me that I'm good and fine and well and that, like I said, you think donations was a big deal? You think that got you talking? Like I said, I was featured on NoDQ. I was partnered up with NoDQ. I was with Aaron Rift. If you think that was something, if you thought that was big and that was pretty huge, like I said, you're going to be talking about me a hell of a lot more because you're going to love the lineups. You're going to love what's coming for me. You're going to love the things that are going to be in Sean's Entertainment's future because you know what? The future's starting to look a little bit better. It's starting to look a little bit better. And I'm going to forge a legacy here on this website, and I'm going to give you a hell of a lot more reasons to be talking about me instead of just donations and donations. So IWC, YWC, gear up and get ready. Get amped, get able, get willing. Because Sean's Entertainment is going to give you a hell of a lot more reasons to talk. And at the end of the day, you won't be able to do a damn thing about it except for talk, 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 talk. So keep your talking on. Keep your bitching on. Keep your pissing on. Keep your moaning on. Keep talking. Because you know what? As much as you're going to talk about me and make videos about me and make it be about me, your life is about me because you like to upload videos on me, I won't be in the Google Hangouts. Don't ask. Don't tell. Do what you got to do. I mean, whatever your prerogative, whatever your way of life is. I dealt with normal, real people last night. People with real topics and real choices and real judgments. Not the ass-backward coward of a community called the IWC, YWC. Looking back, I can't believe I put myself in those rooms. I can't believe I put myself in those situations. But, I thought that I would have known, I should have known better that those people were going to just scold me. And they were going to, expose me. And they were going to make things very difficult for me. They think that this is all me. They think that I've done everything. They think that I'm the reason why everything's fucked up and why everything's messed up. When they got to take a long, hard look in the mirror and see that they had somebody in those rooms that had nearly 80,000 subscribers, and yet they chose to attack me. They chose to go on a witch hunt about me. They chose to bring me up. They chose to question my decisions and my choices. They don't know my life. They should mind their own business. I understand I'm in the public eye and you can talk about my business, but when you don't know my business, you shouldn't judge, you shouldn't manipulate, you shouldn't castrate, you shouldn't do any of those things, but you're going to keep doing that because the IWC, YWC is absolutely fucked up. We are in an effed up community, and you know what? I'm no longer a part of those Google Hangouts. I'm no longer a part of those people that I associated myself with because I'm not going to go down that road anymore. I'm not going to go down Jabba Journey. Jabba Journey is all done for Sean's Entertainment. I am climaxing. I am maximizing. I am enhancing. No longer is Sean's Entertainment going to go down Jobber Journey here in the IWC, YWC because I'm above all that crap. And you know what? I can't, once again, I have myself to blame that I went in those rooms thinking that it was going to be a civil conversation, thinking we were going to talk about wrestling, when all the while, 9 times out of 10, all you did was try to make me look bad. You talked me down. You manipulated. You castrated. You scolded. You put me through the damn ringer. But yet, over and over again, I kept taking and taking and taking. You kept injecting, and I said, you know what? You've pushed me too far. You've poked me too much. And now, Jobber Journey for Sean's View is all done. I'm no longer Velocity. I'm no longer TNA. I'm WWE. I'm not ROH. I'm WWE, damn it. And you know what, IWC, YWC? You may not care, it may not matter, but you know, the fact that you invited me in and the fact that I accepted to go in, no longer do I have to accept. No longer do I have to, regulate myself to the crap you want to put me through and the questioning, like you're my family, like you know me. You don't know me from a hole in the wall. You don't know me from shit. Who am I to have to answer to you? You're a nobody. Subscribe.